It's the Ormo True Blues.
And two gentlemen in their kilts from Scotland, or three gentlemen indeed, and reinforcing that Scottish dimension we've spoken about before.
Star of the South, LOL 1542.
With that very famous icon of the Ulstermen launching the 1st of July attack at the Battle of the Somme.
Yes, the 36th Ulster Division. They're only about 5 years old. This lodge formed in 1990.
There's a new heritage centre in Newton Ards that celebrates the Battle of the Somme and indeed the whole of the First World War.
Old Boys flute band.
Another band from the outskirts of Belfast, but with exquisite musical talent on display.
It's a beautiful day today, of course, Clifford, and the Orangemen out in strength. But what do Orangemen do in the winter?
Well, that actually brings up an interesting point. There are two types of Orangemen: 12th of July Orangemen, and all the ones that work hard in the winter in committee work and in fundraising.
Belfast Heroes, that's LOL 241, formed in Lisburn at the beginning of the 19th century before transferring to Belfast in 1865.
I often think that those busbies must be torture on a very hot day like this, and quite a weight on top of the head as well. The band's very, very well turned out.
Of course, the sunshine makes a big difference to that.
Well, it certainly looked as if there was a miserable 12th in prospect last night for all the people standing around the bonfires and trying to get them lit.
Mourne Young Defenders flute. Again, a short break. Around 900 Orange Halls in all there are. And as we mentioned earlier on, the order formed after the Battle of the Diamond, when many Catholics were driven out of the county of Armagh.
Well, there had been quite a struggle for territory at that stage, and the Orange Order arose as a form of Protestant defence in Armagh in the late 18th century.
Green Castle just going through. Quite a lot of cars in the procession, and is everybody entirely happy with that?
It can be a matter of great debate during the winter time, because the cars not only slow up the procession, but as I've experienced, if you're actually walking directly behind it, the exhaust fumes can make life very unpleasant.
Of course, it means that the older members can get to the 12th procession if they can't quite make it on foot anymore.
Well, that's the very important consideration.
Sons of Belfast, LOL 743. And of course this brings out the great shipyard connection with Orangeism, Clifford.
Yes, Belfast Orangeism is largely a working class movement at the present time. It bears the closest comparison with Orangeism in Glasgow, which is also working class in its strength and support.
Overexcitement, the order of the day with some people, especially the younger members.
Well, you think of the older brethren in the limousines, but very often the limousines are a comfort station for the children as well.
Duncairn Temperance will be appearing in view very shortly. The late Thomas Passmore was a member of this lodge.
He was
indeed. He's on the banner, and he's a friend of yours, Clifford.
He was a personal friend of mine, and he made a great impact on Belfast County through his faithful Christian witness and service.
And there they are. The lodge was formed in Enniscorthy, County Wexford in 1912. Reflecting the all-Ireland nature.
Only brethren or personalities who are now deceased are allowed to have their portraits on the banner. No contemporary figures can have their portraits painted on an orange banner.
Which sadly means they don't get to see it.
Precisely. Their reward is elsewhere.
Methodist Church defenders just following the flute band there, and just a moment ago we just didn't quite see it, but they were dancing the banner. And is that recommended? It's
frowned upon, but it's a very sunny day, and the tension has lessened somewhat.
LOL 2046, North Belfast, formed in 1896.
One of the problems that Orangemen have is the weight of their banners. This is a fairly radical solution. I wonder if the gear was made in someone's backyard. I hope it all holds together.
Well, unless the taxi driver does a lot of mountain biking, I imagine you're right. That'll catch on, no doubt, in years to come. A few welders will make a few pounds out of that, I would imagine. Again, an example of the youth here today, and he can't be much more than 4 or 5 years of age, and he will feel very much part of this parade today, and that will be a major moment, I suppose, for him.
Yes, and sociologists would say that he's being integrated into the whole Orange folk culture and phenomena. Very important role that the Orange Order plays in regard to young people and children.
I think I hear an accordion there, Clifford, and I think this is the Blue Star accordion. You know them quite well.
Yes, they're a famous band from York Street. A reminder that the accordion's not a popular instrument among Loyalist and Orange bands in Ulster. It's much more popular in Scotland, but fine all the same.